Hello, welcome to the next episode of Open Basket. My name's Nick and I am a white man in his late 20s with a scruffy beard and a cap and a moustache, and I'm here today in Studio Picnic, which, if you haven't been before, is a converted shipping container. It's nice and light. We've got some plants, some nice lights and carpet, and I'm joined today by a very special guest, Lou.
Yes, hi, thank you for having me. So I'm Lou. I am a mixed race black girl with a short blonde pixie cut and a red jumper, slightly shorter than Nick. And I am a poet and writer, and I've recently launched a new poetry night, fairly new poetry night called Late Notes, which kind of incorporates spoken word but also music, and then a live jazz open mic at the end.
Lovely, thanks, Lou. I think this is the 5th or 6th episode of Open Basket, which, if you're not aware of it, it's our, you are, but if the audience isn't aware, it's our latest kind of series to try and platform creative and community organisations, and well, obviously Late Notes fits really nicely into that, so thank you so much for coming down. Lou, this is your first time in the space, isn't it?
It is.
Although I know you used to come down when it was Melodic, and it's now Commune, so yeah, hopefully you'll be back. But I think the way we're going to do this show is kind of like, you could call it an interview or a collaboration. We're just going to have a bit of a chat, find out more about Late Notes, which really looking forward to, and we're going to have some poetry from Lou, not from me as well. I wasn't prepared enough.
I mean, if you wanted to
freestyle
some poetry for us.
Is that slam poetry, is that, or is that different?
Whatever you call it, I think you should do it.
Okay, I might need another shandy. Charlie. Yeah, we'll see how we get on, but we've also got some tunes. Well, Lou's prepared some tunes as well. A budding DJ?
Maybe one of many things. It's the ADHD. All the projects are all very much in motion, and none of them are finished. And that's the way I like it.
That's a familiar story. Yeah. Shall we find out a little bit more about Late Notes? Would love to hear some more about the project.
Yeah. So it's on bi-monthly at the moment in the cabin in the Kaz, which is the sort of the space where the stockroom also is. It's sort of the other side of it, just as you go in on the left. And it's like a lovely amalgamation of sort of local talent, and then we've got some people who come from a little bit further away, which is lovely. But no, it's a really lovely sort of a way of bringing together the Liverpool poetry community, and it's not formal. It's like a small set list and then a big open mic at the end where names get picked out of a hat and then they play live with the band, and it's very much like, this is the vibe, just try and improvise along, and so it all feels very fluid and it's really nice. And yeah, I've done 3 events so far. I keep saying we, even though it's just me and Late Notes together.
So modest.
Yeah, it's a separate entity to me. We work in partnership.
You know what? I didn't realise there was like a live band as well, live music as well.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So they're called Finite Experience. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Are they local?
Yeah, they do really cool. They've actually got a sort of live jazz or jazz-based music night in Suono every Wednesday. That looks really cool. I haven't made it down to that. But so they come along, and basically if you want to perform, you put your name in my very sexy, sparkly cowboy hat, and then you get picked out at random, and it's literally just like, because I don't speak music, so I go up and I'm like, this poem is a little bit sad, and then it gets hopeful, and then they they just make it work. It's incredible. So we've had sort of one poet who's a really good mate of mine. He goes by the name Jards. He used to be in punk bands for like years and years. So he's got this like really kind of like angry, like anti-establishment poem, and he went just like try and catch up after a beat, and they just did. It was incredible. They all work really well together, so it's like a gorgeous addiction.
Yeah. Is it kind of, is that like a freestyle element of it as well? Because I guess not got too much time to prepare, have you? You're just thrown into it.
Yeah, no. So obviously, like, people can read off their phones or whatever, or like a lot of people have like a favorite poem that they know off by heart. So it's, but I mean, if somebody did want to come and freestyle, we've had musicians come and freestyle actually. Okay. Zara, who does our sound tech, and she performed music at the first event. She does like folk punk, which is really cool. Wow. She came and freestyled, and so did this other singer who was incredible, and I can't remember her name right now, but it's all, I keep using the word fluid, but it's just kind of like the vibe seems to sort of create itself and then keep moving and build its own momentum. And I think a lot of that is through the fact that it's, you know, it's not like a pre-rehearsed thing.
Yeah, you couldn't really get that feel if it was kind of too excuse me, like too rigid or too bland, could you? But I was saying to you before, like, I've not made it down yet for an event, but I've seen the pictures on Instagram, and it just looks absolutely lovely. Like, just looks so cozy, but like also like, they're really classy. I mean, yeah, the cabin's looking pretty good there, isn't it?
Yeah. No, they've redecorated it recently, so it's very much like cabaret style, which is nice. It's kind of dark, like moody lighting, and then I think I launched it in like the dead of winter, so I think the vibe was very much kind of bring people together, make it cozy, let's all have a wine and enjoy some poetry and some sounds together, and just kind of fight off the darkness. But thankfully that's maintained as the weather is thankfully getting lighter and warmer.
Supposedly.
Well, slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's bloody hailstone yesterday.
I know, and it was raining earlier.
Yeah, what next?
It'll be raining again in 10 minutes.
I know, yeah, on the bus home. But you're a poet yourself, so is that kind of naturally like how you started Late Notes?
Yeah, well, I wanted to start something with a few friends of mine, and we sort of played around with a few ideas, and we definitely kept coming back to some sort of poetry-based event, but we thought, you know, should it be workshops or should it be, you know, writing groups? What should it be? And then it was, in that horrible like post-Christmas period, and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to start this. I'm just going to book everything. I'm just going to do it and then just see where it goes, because I actually can't survive all the way through January with like nothing to look forward to. And I'm really lucky because I've only been doing poetry for maybe 2.5, 3-ish years, and I'm not even built, I have been accepted into this gorgeous poetry community here. So I was really fortunate to just be able to go like, guys, I'm starting this night, everybody come, who wants to sign up? And thankfully the reception's been incredible and people have really, really enjoyed it. Like, that's the main point of it for me. Obviously I love the poetry element and I love putting together the show, but actually I just love people having a nice time and going home happy. That's what I want. Yeah,
and you were saying as well, like, you kind of in that period of life where you don't always want to, you know, go into a really sweaty full club, but you still want like a creative, expressional, if that's a word, outlet.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you've kind of built that almost for yourself.
Yeah.
Not for yourself, but for the community.
Well, it's just a nice place for everybody to hang out, and because it's like, I think with certain scenes or creative art forms that are maybe a little bit bigger, people get a bit split up by age in particular, but with the poetry lot, it's literally, you've got everybody from like 18-year-olds to like 80-year-olds. Wow. So it's a really, really incredible mix, and you've got people kind of learning from each other's life experiences because you put your whole self into your poetry. So no, it's been like wonderful watching people connect. I can't remember if that was your question.
No, yeah. I think, you kind of, you are the poetry community in Liverpool, which is, I mean, I don't know too much about poetry, but you can just tell from your events, like, you've really built something there. So yeah, amazing what you're doing. Should we play some music?
Let's have some tunes.
Yeah, okay, nice. So I don't know if you wanted to introduce any of the tracks, or should we just play them?
I think we should just play them. It's
Yeah.
like a proper hodgepodge playlist,
Yeah.
just like everything I do.
Yeah, well, that's the best way to do it. You'll have to forgive the cheesy kind of background music that we've had on, but we thought it would just take the edge off my big boomy voice for now. So that was the warm-up, and now we're going to get into the proper tunes.
it's best to do something when you got no better late than never. Yeah, yeah. Something when you got no better late than never. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, bit of Follow More there. Lovely, lovely tune. Lovely tune. Saying to You, Papa reminds me of my uni days. That was one of my favourite tracks. Yeah, good times. So you've got another event coming up.
I have. Well, coming up. It's at the sort of near the end of June, 21st of June. Just schedules conflicted. Basically just me going on holiday. But yeah, no, 21st of June. I kind of need to sort the lineup and everything for it. But I'm really excited to do a sort of a summer show, because obviously the last one was April. So it was light when we started, which made a nice change. But then, you know, it was still getting dark around 8, which I don't know. It's one of my favorite bits is when everybody goes outside in the break for like a little cig or some fresh air, and they all just like everyone stands around talking and introducing each other and just watching people connect. So I think that'll be easier to do in the daylight hours.
Yeah, a slightly different vibe. Is it always a Sunday?
Yes, yeah, always a Sunday. It was supposed to be the what was it? It was like the first Sunday of the month, because I liked it being the end of the week but the start of the month. But
I like it.
yeah, because of schedule and costs and stuff like that, I've decided to do it bi-monthly instead, and just the 21st was the first weekend I could do, which ended up being Oye weekend, which is slightly annoying. But
Oh, well, it could be like kind of the nice after party, like wind down
I
of
think
the
so.
weekend.
Well, I'm only going to go on the Saturday, and then I think a few people I know are kind of only going on the Saturday. But yeah, as you say, if people want to sort of drift in and out, it's also one of them where kind of like if people want to like pop by and they can't get there till 9 or whatever, that's completely fine. Like people sort of come and go as long as it doesn't interrupt the performers. I'm very happy for people to sort of follow their own schedules.
Yeah. There is the most off-putting sound check going on downstairs. There's some very unusual vocal warm-up techniques, should we call them,
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, well, that's one way of putting it.
It's been pretty quiet the whole afternoon as we've been getting set up, and then obviously as soon as we jump on the mic,
Sod's law.
it starts. Yeah. I hope it starts raining so they have to go inside. But yeah, okay, so it's Oye weekend. Is there going to be any kind of like connection at all to Oye, to the festival? I mean, and I know like maybe not officially, but just in kind of the work of the performers, or any kind of like shared audiences or anything like that.
It's definitely, we have a lot of, I would say there's a big crossover just in terms of, obviously like Oye is Africa Oye. It's kind of like where the whole black community in Liverpool comes together for a bit of a party. And that's definitely something that I'm really proud of with Late Notes, is like I mentioned, obviously we've got diversity in age, but also there's massive like racial diversity. You've got people of like all different sexualities, genders, everything. Like it's really important to me that it's very welcoming and that the audience feel like they're as much of a part of the night as the performers almost. So yeah, there should definitely be a few people who do Oye in the day and then come along to Late Notes. But no, that's one of my favorite aspects of it, is like, so right before the jazz open mic, I actually have a little bit where the audience member who's been like the most enthusiastic, because obviously in poetry you click when you hear things you like, and I always say to people, you know, make your favorite British sounds, you know, you go, ooh, like all those, like instead of clapping mid performance, and whoever's done that kind of the most enthusiastically gets either like a bottle of Prosecco or a bottle of no Secco as like the best audience member.
You're effectively bribing your audience members
really
for participation and engagement here.
Absolutely. Prizes for participation.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah, it's got to be done. That sounds boss. So have you got any performers in mind for your next event, or announced, or is it too early to say? Is it?
Well, you'll have to keep an eye on the Instagram.
Oh, okay. So this is a little preview, like a little teaser. Okay, nice. Generally, how do you kind of curate your lineup? Is there like a theme? Maybe this time it might be more Oye kind of crossover related with that with those communities, or is it a bit? Is it a bit more random than that?
Somewhere in between all of those things, I would say it's very much like I tend to pick my headliner first because I like having sort of one person who I like, because I go through all the applications and stuff. I've got like a Google form that is very, very long at the minute, which is a wonderful problem to have. But yeah, once I've chosen kind of the person who's gonna get like the headline slot, then I'll sort of not build around that, but just make sure that all the sounds complement each other. So on the application, you know, I ask people to send in like a link to their performance just to make sure that kind of, I don't know, I've got mates who run poetry nights and they've ended up with people saying some very strange things. So I do like to vet people ahead of time. And then for me, it's just like a feeling when I look at it and I go, yes, this feels right. This is like what I want to see on the stage. But it is very much kind of like I won't have too many of any particular type of person. I want there to be like a broad range of perspectives, because that's all poetry is. It's somebody's perspective, and there might be some rhyming in there too.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you kind of, it's like an open call almost, and then you curate it on the vibe and,
Yes.
and the feel. That makes sense. And I guess like you've got a readily available pool of artists to choose from, which is pretty cool.
I almost have too many. I'd love to do the event like every 2 weeks
Yeah.
because there's so many people who like really want to perform, and that's so wonderful, that I would love for them all to perform. But it's like I can put 7 people on this stage on any given night. But that's why it's so nice having the open mic as well, because, you know, I've had people do the open mic who have then been like, oh yeah, I want you on the lineup. But it's, you know, anybody can come along. If you've got like just a few sentences you want to say, if you wanted to rap, if you wanted to freestyle,
Don't tempt me.
everyone's kind of welcome to do that. And I think with the music element of it as well, it just makes it kind of all gel a little bit better.
Yeah, it's like a bit of a universal language, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And your role on the night, obviously you kind of curate the lineup and you're the organizer and like the host. Do you occasionally perform yourself as well? Does that happen?
Yeah, I'll warm it up. So before the first performer, I'll do a couple poems, and then I'll open up the open mic, just because open mic, is that what I mean? Yes. Just because I think for some people, I've had a few people go like, should I have rehearsed this with music, or what if it's not too my earring is
earring
just
down.
gone. Didn't want that one anyway. So yeah, people will sort of go, I don't know how this works. And I'm like, well, me neither. But so I'll sort of start it off and just be like, oh, can you try and match this vibe? And then they sort of see it sort of coming together in real time. And I think that makes it feel a little bit less intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. I think maybe it settles the nerves as well, seeing someone go first, perhaps if they're not like too confident or too regular of a performer as well. And especially because you're the organizer too. So I'm sure you set the bar very high. But yeah, so just remind us of the date of the next event.
So the next one will be the 21st of June. Doors open at 6:30. You should come.
And where can you get tickets?
So tickets will be available in the link in our bio. They're on Skiddle. Or you can get tickets on the door, cash or card. It's £10 on the door, and it's like £9.50 on Skiddle.
Okay, nice. All right, lovely. Do you fancy playing a couple more tunes?
Yeah, let's have some more music.
All right, let's do it.
get to the business. Cut out the dancing and get this. Work it out, no business. Fuck around and you dismiss. You pass me your shouting. I don't need no mistress. Contracts a witness. Numbers and statistics. I do what I do. 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 I do what I want to. I do what I do. 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 I do what I want to. And when I step on the floor, they shake their asses. Sometimes I might miss a step, and then I crash it. You know I always get up. I make them baskets. Now show me all of that beat. The check you cash it. Let's get to the business. Cut out the dancing and get this. Work it out, no business. Fuck around and you dismiss. You pass me your shouting. I don't need no mistress. Contracts a witness. Numbers and statistics. I do what I do. I do what I do. Yeah. I do what I do. 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 I do what I want to. I do what I do. 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 I do what I want to. I do what I do. Yeah. Need that money to come through, so I can do what I do. Do what I do. Do what I do. So I can.
Brushing my diamonds. Brushing my diamonds. Brushing my diamonds.
Okay, so I'm going to perform a poem now called Mermaids over a track called Conscious Dub by Naya Beats, and then we'll leave everyone to the rest of their day. Before the people came up onto the land, and before the air above the land was not water, and before the water below the land split sound from air, before there was anything but blue. When time swirled in circles, and skin and scales had no difference between them, and stars still shattered against the surface of the sky, like dreams against eyelids, like stories against consciousness. And there were no stories then. Everything both was and wasn't true. One day, but of course, you've heard the story. Well, anyway, we all know what happened next. And closer to the ever after than the once upon a long time ago, those left of sand and sky dwellers who split and split under the sun, turned on each other and returned each other to the blue. But are we sure which is the underwater? Doesn't this feel like underwater? Do you remember the first time you swam in the sea? Did it feel like a funeral? It did for me. Like snapped ropes and lost anchors, like bewildered shots of rum and angry dancing, like the screaming match that ends up keeping it all together. Against the face, pressed against the window. Bared teeth, stood there saying, it's not that deep, look, it's only chest height for me, never mind, we spent centuries making you live on your knees. But it's not that deep, it's shallow. Shallow like incomplete pictures, like denying victims of scriptures inflicted like hypnotism their right to pray to the sea that stole them, their right to pray for those that guide them, their right to any written expression, tongues clashing against this new land and language like we weren't born with symbols in our mouths. The sharks changed migration patterns and they still tried to say it's not that deep. And somewhere along that triangle, we became he against me. Now it's danger from every angle. Now read between these raised fists and see in their grip is my relevance. Talking King, Garvey, Selassie, Malcolm, Lumumba, but never Parks, Lax, Tubman, Truth, Davies, Morrison, one Mandela but never the other. Do you feel free? In the underwater advert factory. Product and production line, and they tell you it's not that deep, not deep like the worry that straightens tablecloths with your grandma's hands, a blessing carried in from overseas, not deep like the lines on those hands, not deep like they didn't hold you all the way here. We made the most of this Sunday stew of a language. We black women you scraped your sideboard scraps into and told to make do, and look at all we made of it. Look at the songs we wove into our hair. You called us witches, we told you. We didn't care. We stamped it into the ground and swung it into the air, and we buried it and planted it and collected the dust from its footsteps, and we tasted it and studied it and committed it to memory. We looked the evil bold in the eye, unsurprised and unflinching, and then we went out for dinner, went shopping, went swimming, laid down to sleep for the first time in generations, rested as ancestral veneration, gave up on outsourced salvation, saved ourselves instead, saved each other instead, saved up enough to pay off the debt that boogeyman left, shake it off and start again, start a fire, start a fight, but put that glint back in your eye and put that past back on the pyre, pack your pliers, run from those who love the pious, check your tires, mind your bias, find machetes for the riots. We are the sirens you couldn't silence, and just know when you speak of us, you hold oceans in your mouth. So that was Mermaids, and I have been Lou, host and general organizer of Late Notes. It's been absolutely lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome.